Welcome back to another video where today I'm going to be showing you the easiest way to replace your rear view camera on your 4th gen Ram 1500. So the camera on my Ram is a little foggy. It looks like the seal on the lens is started to dry out, and it allows a bit of moisture in, especially when I wash the vehicle. The camera doesn't seem to show any image at that point. It's just so built up with moisture inside. So let me show you what it currently looks like, and then I'm going to be showing you the easiest way to get that camera out of the handle and get it replaced with a new one. So this is currently what the camera looks like here. You can see a ton of additional light building up in here because there's still moisture coming inside of the lens housing. So let's go to the rear of the vehicle and I'm going to pop this apart and show you how to get this replaced. So the camera on the Ram 1500 is built into the tailgate handle here. So what we're going to do is open up the tailgate and I'm going to show you how to gain access to this. So we need to take off this panel here, and this is going to be a bunch of T30 Torx bits. So I've got these attached to my drill here just to make it a little bit quicker because there's so many that need to come out. So the way that the manufacturing info shows how to get this camera out is to actually remove the handle. So you have to disconnect all the cables here to get the handle out. But the easiest way to actually do it is you're going to be using the T20. And I have a collapsible ratchet here. So this will fit into the tight location here. And there's two little T20s. Once I get the camera out, I'll be able to show you where the location is here. And just like that, we've gotten the camera out here without needing to take apart the handle here. So this is a bit of a tricky connector to get disconnected here. So I had to actually use a T-pin and catch it up on the side here to lift it up to be able to pull out the actual camera here. You're going to want to be extremely careful because this is plastic and it's very brittle. So we've got our new camera here. So I'm just going to plug this in quick and then I'm going to test it before I remount it just to make sure it's functioning correctly. So I just tested the camera and it is working correctly. So we're going to mount this now. And I'm just going to be gentle, make sure I don't bang the lens up here. So with the camera in place, I'm going to start with just the top screw here because it's going to be easier for me to get this positioned exactly where it needs to be. So I've got my first screw in. I'm just going to get the second one also positioned, and then I'm going to pull the camera down and show you the inside so you can see a little bit better and easier where this camera is located. So looking at the inside here, you can see where I have the hex for the bottom screw and the top screw is right here. So the camera routes this direction. Again, because we didn't disconnect the handle here, this is the fastest and easiest way to do it without messing with the cables for the handle. So I'm just going to get these tightened by hand here quick. So this is plastic again, so you're going to want to make sure you're just a little bit softer with it. You don't want to crank this down, because if you break any of the plastic arms, the camera will not stay mounted anymore. So the camera that I'm pulling out of this is a Mopar camera, but I was looking to see if I could get a replacement OEM camera. And the first issue I ran into is they were on back order, but the second is this is a $400 to $500 camera depending where you're getting it. So I actually found a decent replacement option from Dorman. So this is the part number here, 590-079. And this I was able to actually get off of Amazon for $140. So for a fraction of the price of what the OEM one is, I'm going to give this a shot and see how it does and how it holds up. And if it's any clearer than the actual OEM one is, because my seal's gone bad, even if I only get a few years out of this, it's still working better than the camera that was inside of my vehicle. And then at that point, I'll make the decision if I want to put in a OEM camera or just keep the Dorman in. But for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep my OEM one, because if I ever have an issue with this Dorman, I'll still have something just to put back into it until I decide what I'm going to do. And now with the new camera reinstalled, we're just going to put this plate back on here. So again, it's just going to line back up to the manufacturing holes, and I'm just going to thread in one on each corner just to make sure that I'm lined up correctly. And just like that, we've changed the rear view camera on our Ram. Let's go back inside and I'll show you what it looks like. So with the new camera here replaced, we're going to wait for the screen here to turn on, and we're going to throw it into reverse. And that camera is already way clearer than my previous one, because the seal on it obviously is not leaking. So right away, it's still giving me my backup sensors here to let me know how close I am getting to objects. So right away, I'm super happy with the quality of this camera and the picture. And again, we're going to see how long it lasts. If I happen to have any issues, I've kept my OEM camera and I can swap that back in and make the decision if I want to spend the $400 to $500 for a new OEM camera. But at $140, this is a fantastic option. So if you have any questions about this, I'm going to put the link of where I got this item off of Amazon in my description. Leave me a comment, like, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.